little flip to the ref of the ball by David Carr. I'm surprised the ref didn't do one of these, and do it and then call a penalty for throwing the ball at him, unsportsmanlike conduct, and eject Carr. It has been a day of officiating. These guys are criminals. They are just criminals. It's like they take that mask off, and it's like they take the mask off so you can take the picture to put in the post office. I mean, these guys. I mean, it has been the officials' day. I've seen more offensive face masks. I mean, Ann and I were watching the end of the first half there. I mean, we couldn't even see the defensive holding in the screen, and we were calling the penalties before they even snapped the ball. It was like, so obvious as to, what's going to happen here. But, yeah, it's amazing to me that, somehow every year the officiating gets even worse. It's just an amazing thing. It's like somehow it gets even worse. They always address it. And how you doing on who do you have in this game?
Yeah, I'm on the Raiders as well. And then I actually did not touch the total on this. I took it. I was going to take it for the first half, but I decided to wait. And I thought I'm leaning towards the total, the under for the second half. But yeah, it was. I've been we were sitting there predicting this game. It's nice when you figure. When you got to get on that right side there. So luckily, I think we both are on the same side. And it's really looking like they're trying to paint it up like they want you to take Kansas City here. Second half spread, it was at -6.5. It just went down to -5.5.
I got it 6.5 still.
Yeah, I think you like the -6.5 for Kansas.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah,
I have the Raiders for the game. I can grab Kansas City here and either hedge out of my Raiders bet, or I have a middle. I have a middle where if the Raiders win by where if the Chiefs win by a touchdown or less, I hit both sides of this thing. If the Chiefs win they're down by 3, right? So if they win by 4 or more, in between 4 and 7, I will hit both sides. So, meanwhile, the Raiders, my normal bet at these halftimes, right? The Raiders plus 245 here on the money line. Oh man, it hurts me that I can't take that.
I know. It's funny. I think what's going to happen is, they're trying to get that interception kind of threw me off. I'm not going to lie. I was waiting for the Chiefs to get a touchdown, and then kind of that would have been able to predict a better half for me. But I think I definitely like the Chiefs at -5.5. As far as covering at this point with that -8, again, I was on the Raiders at the +8 to begin with. Total wise, we're at 31 here. Again, this was predicted to be around a 57.5, 58-point game. So you got 29 here. It's going to put you at 60. I'm definitely going to take the under on this at the 29.5 at the -105 right now. It's actually on DraftKings. It was at 30.5. It went down. So I do like that 29.5. It hasn't really been a defensive game, obviously. I think it's going to get a little tight, though. What's going to happen is Chiefs are going to come back, score. Then we're going to start really seeing some tight defense, maybe some pressure on the quarterbacks as well.
Yeah, I think for me in this game, I have the Raiders for the game at the +7.5. That is my play. I'm sticking with it, but I think for the second half, I'm going to take the Chiefs minus the 6.5 here for the second half. I think I'm good with the Raiders for the win. I think the Chiefs kick a last-second field goal or something and win this game, or a last-second touchdown or something like that. I don't think they're going to let the Raiders sweep the Chiefs this year. I do think that they are going to let the Chiefs win this game. The Chiefs' defense has had no answers for the Raiders. And, the refs have been the answer for them. And the Raiders' defense have had few answers for the Chiefs. And, their best answers have been dropped passes to hit the receivers as hard as you possibly can, but they haven't been able to lay a finger on Mahomes or apply any sort of pressure whatsoever. And if you do that over the course of an entire game, well, he's either going to hit his receivers or the refs are going to call a penalty. And we know that, because he is the poster boy for the NFL. I'm going to take the Raiders here for the Chiefs -6.5 for the second half. I'm not proud of that. I'm
not taking that, but that's something I recommend as well.
I took a little flack today for my money line calls on the Jaguars and the Jets. I'm not going to apologize for those either. I don't care. The Jets did cover the spread in that game against the Chargers, so we did cash on that. But the thing is, I give out picks like that, and I hit an inordinate amount of those things, right? But the thing is, if I just sit here and say, yeah, you know what, take the Chargers money line at -600, you would have won that. Who cares? Who cares? How many subscribers and visitors to our website and stuff over the years would I have if I gave out that crap? It's like, oh, I knew they were going to win. I don't give out picks after the games, or anything like that. If I had that luxury, I knew they were going to win. I told you they were, it's like, you told me nothing, told me nothing. So I just think what I'm telling you here is I got the middle here on this Chiefs thing. I think the Chiefs come right out here in the second half and score a touchdown. I like the Chiefs over 18. I like the Raiders over the 11.5. I like the second half over. I like the Chiefs for the second half -6.5. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I definitely like. I'm on the Raiders. I'm just not going to touch it right now. You'd rather just take the full profit and win on the Raiders at +8. But Andy Reid's not going to lose this game. Yeah, I know this man inside and out. He's amazing.
Wait a minute. That's maybe for a book. He
doesn't lose after a bye week.
That's maybe for a book or something, that you could write like later on in your older years. My life in and out of Andy Reid.
Let me tell you that.
Let me tell you a little bit.
This guy does not like to lose after a bye week. I promise you. But like you said, Mitch, it could just come to down to that field goal. So yeah, you're looking at in order for them to win by a field goal, they got to put up another 3 points and then another 3. There's your 6. It's -5.5 right now on where I'm shopping at. So definitely like the Chiefs at -5.5. And I personally am going to take the under here. And I do like your over on the Chiefs at, what did you say that was? Not 18.
18.
18. I like that too.
Let me see if I can even still get that. 18 and 11.5. 11.5 is -125 for the Raiders because it's 2 touchdowns. It's nothing compared to what they've been doing. 18 for the Chiefs is 3 touchdowns. I could easily see that. They get the ball to start the second half. We haven't seen Mahomes throw deep. All we've seen is kind of this peck. Is he going to throw a deep ball? I don't know. He threw an interception there right before the half. No pressure at all on him,
There's no pressure, which is crazy. It's
that Chiefs -6.5 though is at -105. I mean, it just seems too good to be true.
I know. I got the -5.5 at -25, 125.
Yeah, I'd rather have this. I'd rather be at 6.5 and at -105.
I'm running on that under here. I think that'll just, like I said, it started at 57.5, and I think it'll hit like 58, 59. And you have the over now at the 57. I think that's a good lock. You might see if you're betting on the quarters, definitely go for the under for the third quarter.
The games I had wrong today is the 3 that I lost on my the 4 that I lost on my premiums. I had the Patriots, which I don't even know how I ended up there. I had the Ravens, I had the Vikings, and who else sucked in the afternoon? I had the Dolphins. So I lost those 4, and I tell you, if I went back and re-handicapped the games and stuff, there's maybe one of them I would have changed. I probably wouldn't have taken the Patriots. I originally had Washington in that spot, but I knew it was a tough card. It was a rough day, and it happens. If I can get the Raiders home, I go 3-4 today, and if that's the worst day I have, I can live with that, I'm still kicking myself for yesterday of those 5 premiums that I didn't put in the premium area that I gave out on the show that went 4-1 that I would have padded my record a little bit, but we still had a nice day in the premium. I've been on a hell of a run this month. I've been on the leaderboard. I don't sit here like Brian and talk about my leaderboard and all this other stuff, but I have been on top of the leaderboard for weeks now, and some of my bad Sundays and stuff are going to start falling off. So I'm only gonna, even though I'm 3-4 today, if we get the Raiders home, I'm still gonna move up the leaderboard, because I had some really bad days in there, and that's part of betting and part of being a handicapper and part of gambling is that you're going to have losing days, and that's why when people email me and tell me about how great they are and how they're gifted and how they never have losing days and how these ridiculous winning, it's like. Yeah, so you just hit 15-game parlays on a regular basis, 15-team parlays on a regular basis. Why do you need me? Why are you emailing me? You don't need me. I would just spend a weekend in Vegas and call it a good one and call it a life. Go buy a golf course and a castle and be done with it. Kind of like Biff in the the second Back to the Future film. You got the almanac. And then you should be hammering it. But, then you see a lot of those people's plays, and it's these minus 600s, minus, 3,000, minus, it's like.
I hate those in parlays. Yeah, I got slaughtered on the Ravens, too. So, and then I lost by a point on the Texans under there. And I thought that one was a lock. They were doing very well. And
I still see. That
was a painful day for me as well.
I still see all the exact same numbers. Someone's saying that the Raiders team totals 13. I do not see that. I still see it exactly where I had it.
Let's check it out.
So the early halftime, I was 5-2.
12.5 on my end.
The second halftime show, I think I was. I know we had the Colts really big. I think I was 1-3 in the second halftime show, so not so good. But
today's been a rough day, especially.
Well, that's that puts me at if that was the case 6-5 on the day, and it's like I said, if those are the bad days, then that's something I can live with. If 6-5 or 3-4 is my bad day. I can live with it because I've had 0-7 days. I've had those. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for 15 years online with you guys, which is crazy. I've been doing, we showed some of my videos, I was young and had hair, I look like this, I look like this.
Well, let's cheer Mitch up and smash that like button, everybody. He always does a good job at these halftime shows.
I looked like this, That was how I looked before you guys got a hold of me.
Be your son right there.
This is me before the.
That's your son.
No, this is me before the trolls got me. It wasn't
before the trolls.
Right.
Don't tell them that. They'll like that.
Who cares? It wasn't that long ago. You know what? I should have been like when the trolls came out. One guy was like, "You got killed in the halftimes," and then another guy like types in. He's like, "Well, here was his exact picks. It's 5-2." It's like, and one of them was like Washington money line, so it was actually even a little bit better. It's like I should just point to the sign, and it's so true. It's like. The loudest boos always come from the cheapest seats, always. But I'm on the Chiefs here for the second half, minus 6.5. I have the Raiders for the game. I think I'm going to catch the middle and hit both sides of this thing.
I'm feeling that for you. I love that. I'm not going to. I have my Raiders. I'm just going to be happy with that. I am taking the under the second half.
If I lose my Chiefs halftime here, if I lose that Chiefs halftime. I'm good. I'm good.
Double win.
I'm good. I'm good.
Win, double win.
I'm good. But they're ready to kick off. I have Chiefs minus 6.5. I took the Chiefs team total over 18, and I took the Raiders team total over 11.5. So I like over, and the Chiefs. The Raiders are kicking off right now. Man, how about that stadium, nice and empty in Vegas? Do you see the pictures of the Strip? That was just sad.
It's sad. This is a new franchise here, and it's supposed to be something exciting for Vegas.
Well, it's not even just that. just the Strip in general,
Yeah, it's terrible.
Because
all these poor businesses.
It's like some of these poor businesses. So, like the old Riviera, I don't know how the hell they went out of business. I was supporting the place for years. It's like you ever go to like some of these places and you just like you never cash there. It's like the Riviera. I had a place almost right across the street from the Riviera, like one of those fancy, high rises right there. Before I moved to my other place I had there, and. It was like right across the street from the Riviera, so it was kind of like, late night. It's like, I'm sitting around them like, I'll go play some craps. It's like,
Yeah.
might as well just, hand them, $500 and just walk out the door.
Yeah, definitely.
Save everybody a little aggravation.
Uh,
It's like, how did they go out of business? It's like, I was supporting that place. It's like, you went on vacation. It's like, you went on vacation. I think I have my.
You think it wasn't enough for them to keep the lights on?
It's funny because like, they got me down to the last dollar because I didn't cash my last chip at Riviera when they closed the door. I kept it. I had $1 chip left and I kept it from Riviera.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That'll be worth some. Taking over to that
there and my other favorite
antique place.
my old favorite sports book was the Sands. I have the matchbook cover right there on the wall. That place was the best.
The Sands isn't open anymore?
Oh, it's closed for like 15, 20 years, I think.
Oh, wow. People used to talk about that place a lot.
That was the place. That was like the original.
I would go to Vegas and everybody would be like talking about the Sands.
Well, that was
I thought that was on like the old, that like old strip area or whatever, the old Las Vegas.
No, it's not. It's like in the north area, like up by
people would still talk about it, like
Circus and stuff. By the Circus.
Yeah, my place is the Bellagio. And then you go right across the street, got Harris, and I don't win at Caesars though. I'll tell you that. I'll go there to walk around.
I win at
shop. I won't win there.
I win at Caesars.
I don't win there.
I do. I've won big at Caesars a few times.
My big winning is
I hit. The big wheel. The big wheel.
Yeah.
I hit like 2 out of 3.
Never played it.
I always put $20 on the Joker and $20 on the other one. If you hit it, it's $800. I've hit it. I hit it. And then I played again, and I hit it again. Then I didn't hit it, and then I hit it again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 spins at Caesars. Plus Caesars, the last time I played there, I hit the hard 10 on the craps table, parlayed it up, and hit it again as well.
Hard 10, hard 4.
Hard 10. Well, that was back in my hard 10 days. Now I'm on the hard 4. I hit that at Paris. I lit him up last time there with Bobby. We just absolutely crushed him.
Oh yes, I love Paris.
Yeah, with Bobby. Got to go with Bobby.
Is Bally still there too?
My friend Bobby, he watches our show. He looks exactly like Mark Cuban, and people ask him all the time. They say, "Did he ever tell you look like Mark Cuban?" He's like, "Every 5 minutes of my life." It's
I have to see a picture.
He looks exactly like him.
Funny.
And it's like we were playing at Hooters, the bubble craps,
I love that.
Push the button, right? I love that game. And it's like we were playing push the button over at Hooters, and there was like all these young guys, like a bachelor party, all playing with us. And they're like, every time a different person would shoot, they would start chanting. And like every time my friend Bobby it was his turn to be the shooter, they'd be like, Mark Cuban, Mark Cuban, Mark Cuban, Mark Cuban.
I figured he was going to make them billions.
They have it right next to the Steak and Shake. So that was like when they didn't know what to chant, they would just chant Steak and Shake.
That's amazing. Crash is always fun. Just like be around a good environment.
I miss Vegas. And I'm hoping that for March Madness, I get to see all of you guys out there. I'm planning on it, and I'm hoping for it. And if we can make it to March Madness, we'll just have a big-ass party out there in Vegas. So, anyways, this is Mitch.
I'll be there.
This is Mitch and Ann. Thanks for joining us. 5 times I was on the air today. 5 times. Tomorrow I'm on the air 3 times. I have the Computer Pick Show right out of the gate. Or at 5 o'clock, I'm doing the Computer Pick Show. I'm doing the early show with Ann and the guys. No Romanelli. So, you have to ask him next week for those autographed pictures. And then, so I'll have
the evening show with we're on the evening.
Yeah, Monday Night Football halftime. I'm delirious. Yeah. Just too much Mitch today.
Smash that like button for Mitch. He worked hard today.
Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone joining us. These 3 and 4 days, like when you go 3 and 4, or whatever. These are the exhausting days, right? I mean, that Colts Packers game it just took years off of my life. It was like, when Rivers threw the ball and it kind of like the Packers guy picked it up and ran it in for a touchdown. And the way the refs have been going today, they're criminals. These guys are just criminals. Criminals.
They're collecting a nice big check.
Look at these guys.
Caesar Sportsbook is cutting a nice check.
These guys are just like, these guys are just, great at picking these games after it's over. It's fantastic. You guys are
Oh,
fantastic.
wish I had it. I had a bad day.
Throwing 50.
Would have been nice to have a winner.
The thing is with my halftimes and stuff, I really am about even on the day. You know, I hit this, I'm even on the day. After all this, it's been like, you know, I've been through the
I'm
ringer.
up like 1 unit in my personal account, and we know I had a bad day today on the site.
$90 for
But all
three
my free picks did well.
Caesars, $90 for 3 Captain and Cokes. I believe it. At Caesars, I had like a cup of coffee and like I had a cup of coffee and like something like that, and it was something like that. It was like $48. You know, it was crazy.
It's my favorite drink too, Captain and Coke.
I used to drink that.
Captain and Diet.
I used to drink everything. It's like, hey, do you drink? Yes.
I still
yes.
do.
You drink this? Yes.
What was your drink of choice, Mitch?
It depends. I went through different phases, but
Okay.
I used to just like at the end, just a glass of vodka.
There you go.
just,
Not a gin and tonic guy?
No, just the gin.
Just the gin on the rock.
It's like I couldn't do mixers. It's like I just didn't have time to mix.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're just drinking water? No, actually, it's a glass of Stoli. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm weird. I'll drink like water and vodka. I'm like staying hydrated and having alcohol at the same time.
I always liked margaritas in the afternoon and beer. I always had before dinner drinks, and then I had couple bottles of wine with dinner, and then I'd always have like the amaretto in the coffee, you know, like the liqueur.
Oh yeah, that's good. I love that.
Yeah, of course, amaretto, and then was the other
Italians do that.
Yeah, well, amaretto, and then there's the other one. There's Frangelico.
Yes.
Yes, both.
That's actually delicious.
Of course it is.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. We do that in my house.
I know.
My ears pricked out loud.
You're like, it's not a bad idea.
I know. I'm like, don't. I'm not drinking for dinner.
Anne's like texting her husband, hey, can you put a pot of coffee on?
Yeah, seriously.
All right, everyone.
We'll have one tomorrow on the show.
Thanks,
So
everyone, for joining us.
Tomorrow.
It's been a fun day. Let's make some money, cash out.
Let's do it.